Hey everyone! Welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 112 for December 13th, 2023. I am Nemesis, and I'm joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
Yes, it is December now.
It is.
Already.
And it has made itself very well known. We got our first snow of the year.
Oh no. Oh no, indeed.
Yes.
Yes. Other than that, the world of anime stuff, actually one thing I saw, they finally, the Love Live School Idol Festival 2 mobile game, they finally announced the global release date. It's for February.
February.
For a long time, they're saying 2023. And it's like, guys, you're running out of time. Then they just announced February. It's like, took you guys long. I think it's been out in Japan for like 9 or 10 months or something like that.
Well, they wait to announce it until December 31st.
Yeah, but so finally that's coming. Hopefully with all the improvements that they slowly added to the Japanese version rather than, we're starting from square one. Because apparently the original version was not well received until they finally fixed some things. So there's that. Beyond that, for us, Eurocamp Season 3 trailer popped up with a new character.
Interesting.
Yeah, one apparently was pounding around with Rin. Oh no.
Getting in the way.
Yeah. I'm still trying to keep up with some of the new anime. I've been keeping up with some of it, but other stuff I still haven't even started.
Yeah, I haven't been able to.
Because I want to watch like Shine when I haven't even started that. I've watched some of Frieren. And I also comfortably say at this point that 100 Girlfriends is trash, but like enjoyable trash.
Oh, okay.
Because oh boy, howdy. It's last few episodes have been like, oh right, and then now I'm finding out, that got that pit in my stomach, like, is this? And I'm looking people, yep, I got confirmation of where things are going on one aspect.
Oh no.
I got, oh no, yep, I was right, and now I'm a little afraid how that's gonna work out. So yep, I'll probably keep watching at this point. I'm already this far in. Might as well keep going, but I'm not gonna be happy. But yeah, also, one thing, I was actually kind of wrong about Villainous in one point. I'm in love with the Villainous. I assumed that they were going to adapt Volume 1 of the night novel. Oh, no, they've gone into Volume 2.
Oh.
They've gone into Volume 2 a little bit, but I don't think they get very far into it because they're at episode, they just finished episode 9, I think, it came out. So,
is it 12 or 13?
Something like that. Regardless, they're not going to get very far in episode, or into Volume 2 unless they speed run that, which I
hope they don't
think they will, considering how much happens in Volume 2.
Yeah.
I was not expecting, because basically I found out a character was cast who didn't show up to Volume 2, and then, she just showed up.
Oh.
So, never mind. I was wrong. Oh, well.
It does happen sometimes.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, though. Anyway, that's not what we were talking about. Of course, we're here to once again talk about Evangelion. Yep. Rebuild number 3. Yep. Rebuild number 3. 3.33. You cannot redo.
Maybe it should have been advice they should have taken.
Perhaps. Perhaps. But as it stands, So yeah, as the third Evangelion movie, it, as we said, I've noticed, has a bit of a negative reputation. I've noticed.
A little bit, maybe. But
and I can kind of see why. I think maybe some of the hatred is a little overblown. Because, it's the internet, it's either it's great or it's terrible. There is no in between, right? There's no room for nuance in the internet. Yeah, I can kind of see why some people are kind of a little down on it. It's kind of an odd one.
Yeah.
But so it opens with basically the consequences of what Shinji did at the end of the last movie, the whole basically
Awakened 01.
Yeah, starting Third Impact essentially. Yep. And okay, you get the whole thing. Asuka and Marie are dealing with an angel in an old low Earth orbit, and then we find out, Shinji's here. He's confused because what's going on. Everyone seems to be really mad at him for some reason.
He's got a weird choker now.
Yeah, he's got a choker now, which apparently is going to blow him up if he does anything wrong. Which, yeah,
yay,
that's fun to know. Oh yeah, he's also not at Nerve HQ. He's on a ship called the Wunder.
Wunder.
Oh, and Misato's now in charge of stuff, and he's just confused. And then, shouldn't I be helping? No.
Yep.
No. Okay. And then, like, oh, the ship can now fly, and turns out it's using Unit 01 as its core, essentially. And, like, oh, by the way, 14 years have passed. Wait, why does Asuka look the same and Rei look the same? Because the curse.
The curse.
Of the Eva. Okay, sure, why not? Any which way, he's then, Rei shows up and then takes him back to Nerve, and turns out Wonder, they're called Willie, sure.
I'm thinking the W's are supposed to be pronounced like a V.
Yeah.
Because it seems German.
Thing. The whole German thing. They like that thing.
So Wunder.
Wille? Sure.
I don't know.
Any which way, Rei shows
Willie's
up. And
funny, so we'll go with that.
Rei shows up and Eva takes him back to Nerve. Turns out it's kind of in rough shape.
It could use a little TLC.
He meets Kaoru finally, and like establish a real deep bond, and then they go on this double plug Eva to go get these spears, and everyone has a freak out and tells Shinji, don't grab the spears. He grabs them anyway, and then fourth impact now? Fourth impact now? And then they prevent it maybe, but yeah.
Things are falling apart.
Also, Ray's not Rei.
Was Rei ever Rei?
Yeah, it's an odd one. I think one of the big things is the pacing is kind of, it goes real slow for a real long time, and then all of a sudden goes hyper speed at the end.
Yeah.
And that's one big thing I think right there is I think the biggest issue is just it goes slow, which I don't mind necessarily. It really, really focuses on Shinji, and particularly like him maybe, being able to deal with this trauma, maybe only to give him more trauma,
or just give him more. Oh my god!
He starts to deal with his trauma, only get a lot more in various ways.
Oh hey, you're starting to deal with your old trauma. Here's some more.
You
can handle this, right?
Yeah, so I don't necessarily mind them slowing it down for a bit, but the weird, slowing it down for 3/4 of the movie only to go hyperspeed everything. Oh, we're done now.
Yeah,
is weird. Not really a fan of that. They're now just kind of blatantly explaining things now. Like, they're now telling us stuff before we kind of like, let us just kind of figure it out from the context and everything.
Yeah, they're sort of telling us. Like,
I mean...
Yeah, I see what you mean.
The thing, basically, your one is your mother. That's now blatantly just saying it outright.
Yeah.
They're saying a lot of stuff which before was implied, like in the original series and stuff. Now they're just, and the previous two movies, and even they're now just explaining it. Like, this is the thing. In case you haven't figured it out yet, you stupid audience, they're just now explaining it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of that. Like, I guess Shinji kind of needs to know things, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, they're not actually saying a lot, but what they do tell you, they're just straight up just throwing it down. It's like, here it is. Here it is. There's not a lot that they're throwing down, but there's no like subtleties or anything else. It's just kind of like, I don't know. Almost feels lazy, but I don't know. It's just weird.
Your mother's named Yui. Yes, she is Unit 01. And yes, Rei is a clone of her.
Yep.
Also, this is not the same Rei that you saved. She's gone, sort of, maybe.
It's, yeah. Like, sometimes it's refreshing to finally
get confirmation, I guess.
Or because I mean, I see that sometimes in a lot of stories, in a lot of movies that are or TV shows or whatnot that have those lots of things are happening that are implied or subtle or that you're supposed to kind of figure out, but they never actually say it. They just kind of show little bits and pieces of it, and things slowly start tying up. And then you at the very end, when all the threads are finally coming together, when you hit the final climax, we get a confirmation, yes, this is what's happening kind of thing. And sometimes it works really, really well. Sometimes it does not.
Yeah. Particularly this one, I think it's like you're kind of movie early on this one.
Yeah, I did. It's just pacing problems in general.
Yeah. Looks great, of course, but yeah, it's just...
And I have some opinions on the looking great too. Like, the visual effects, I think that's one big difference about this movie compared to the other ones. There's it feels on the visual effects thing like it's different than the other two movies.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's done differently. It feels like at least there's way more CG.
Mm-hmm.
But I would actually say, while all the visuals look really good, sometimes I think there may be too much.
Right.
I think they've gone a little overboard. There was a lot of times during it where it was hard for me to see what the heck is going on because there's just so much effects. It's hard to place the actual scene. I think they could have actually toned it down.
Yeah.
I think it almost feels like they were trying too hard.
A little bit, maybe. Also, the sound mixing was kind of not great for the...
Yeah, the sound was a lot off, but I don't know how much of that was just surround sound weirdness.
But regardless, like, most of the time, I have, like, surround sound going to stereo is usually fine, but this time it's like, no, all the voices are real quiet.
Yeah, and that's a hard one to
then again, also, that's
down.
kind of become a thing that's become a problem in general with movies, is why is all the dialogue quiet?
Yeah, so I don't know how much we can blame this one for it, whether there's just a general...
Yeah, this one...
surround mixing problem in the whole industry.
Yeah, this one came out in the fall
stuff.
of 2012, 3 years after the previous one and almost a decade prior to the, final one.
Yeah.
A couple of other things. Yeah, Asuka's fine now. She, she's recovered from her whole...
she just has an eye patch. Otherwise,
she has an eye patch
fine.
now. Yeah, but also still looks 14 because, again, weird...
The curse, space magic.
Yeah, space magic or Eva magic, whatever you want to call it.
We have to stick to the character models.
Yeah, something like that.
Stay on model.
Gotta keep the waifus exactly as you remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Except, not really, but yeah. She showed up, and she has all 14 years worth of just complicated feelings regarding Shinji.
Yes.
We see that, like, she's mad at him, but also Marie, like, pierces right through and goes, like, yeah
you want
really
to see him. Yeah.
And also, again, at the very end, she's like yelling at him, but also helping him.
Yep.
She's like helping him out and also yelling at him while he's just catatonic.
Yeah.
Because once again, did I screw everything up? You kind of did.
You kind of did this time. Like, I know Kaoru says it's not your fault, and in some ways, you don't fully... You don't take 100% of the blame for that fourth impact there, Shinji, but you do take a little bit more of the blame for that one than you usually do.
Because mostly
everyone, including the person you said you trusted, was telling you to stop, don't do this, and you just kept going.
Yeah. At some cost. We got this far. We can't stop now. Oh, yes, we can, actually. We can very much stop. Please stop. Oh, you're not stopping.
Even Kaoru was like, please stop. Don't do this.
The thing is, Marie, I was kind of hoping maybe Marie would get more. No. She didn't really get much. No. We see, again, we're kind of more established. She's very playful and kind of weird, but, like, she doesn't get much of anything in this movie. Again. Yeah. So I was, like, hoping for more because she didn't get to do much in the last movie. She didn't get to do much. Well, she's doing things, but, like, she's not really there much as a character.
Yeah, she's very much just like just a background piece that just kind of every now and then pops in to put something somewhere and then disappears
move
again.
The plot whatever direction needs to go.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Kaoru gets a lot here.
Yeah. Kaoru gets a
ton.
They
really focus on Shinji and Kaoru in this one, which makes sense.
It does make sense. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it just because it's interesting. Like, Kaoru shows up and finally it's like for good old touch-starved Shinji, I please someone give me any sort of affection.
Yep.
He shows up and
latches on
pretty hard. And then have very homoerotic piano duets.
Yep. Yep.
Lots of, and they just kind of, we see that this is the kind of thing where it's like, we're finally getting, Shinji's finally getting some degree of
attention.
Yeah, not attention, but like
actual personal interaction and connection.
And also just, hey, look, he's starting to like smile for real and be kind of okay where he is in his life. But then Kaoru has to show him, do you really want to see the truth? Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, this is kind of all your fault. But he also goes like, there's what he says, there's no sin that's irredeemable.
Yep.
Stuff like that, and and then we're gonna pilot at Eva and we're gonna fix this essentially, which that's big for Shinji.
Yep. I can fix things.
And then actually, no, you just made it worse.
No, you made it worse.
Maybe.
But yeah, you were supposed to. That's what the plan was.
Yeah, Gendo once again going his fifth dimensional chess.
Yeah. Playing
Now
everyone against everyone.
Wearing new shades.
Yep. Brand new shades. Bigger beard. Because he's 14 years older.
Yep. Yeah, not going great, though, weirdly enough. Well, that was one of the big things was like, it was, what's her face? The nurse.
Yeah.
She was the younger sister of his friend who we don't know what happened to him. And, Sakura Suzuhara.
Yeah, that's
like,
the one.
She's like, he's like, oh, I'm his sister. His younger sister. You mean his older sister, right? No.
No.
What?
That was, yeah.
That was the big, oh, yeah, by the way, 14 years have passed. So she's like, probably what?
16? 15?
No,
16?
no, she's not that, that young.
Like, well, did she exist before?
We just thought she was younger. I remember we saw her in the second movie. She wasn't that young looking, so I would say she's probably like her mid-20s at this point.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Somewhere like her early mid-20s. But yeah, it's just, oh yeah, Ritsuko is now just really short hair.
Right.
Which is like, okay. And Misato is all cloaked up.
Battle hardened.
Yeah, battle hardened. Like,
that's the best way I can do it.
I don't know.
She's seen some stuff.
I don't know. The way she's dressed, it's like she's trying, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it. It's like she's trying to cocoon herself. The way she's like big old heavy coat, hat, hair done up all tight, goggles, just trying to and big old collar too, like just.
That could actually be very much what it is. She's gone through so much stuff. It's literally a barrier. It's an isolation way just to separate her. It's you could call it dissociation.
Yeah.
I'm going to become this person, and I'm going to, like you said, cocoon, because that's all she can do.
Yeah, there's also several new characters show up who don't really, do anything much. They have some parts in the early part, and then they're just gone for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, like the ones on the controls.
Yeah, they're all there, and they're named and everything, and they seem like they're going to be important, and then they just don't really
they're just not.
do much. And that's this whole thing. Like, you can see everyone's just really mad at Shinji, and just like... I think that's what people frustrating for him. Is like he just was in the Eva saving Rei, and then now he's here, and everyone's mad at him, and no one's telling him anything, and like,
yep.
No wonder he went off to Nerve willingly. You're just kind of not only telling them nothing, you're also threatening to kill him.
Yeah, and then the one person that he remembers, the person he was really attached to and tried to save just before everything went weird, and he fell asleep for 14 years, shows up and goes, hey, it's me, come with me. Of course he's going to go.
Yeah.
With the way you're treating him, not telling him anything, confused, and then someone shows up, hey, it's me, the one you saved. I'm here, let's go. Like, what do you expect from this kid?
Yeah, that's the thing, is like they also primed to just blow his head up, and then she just Misato couldn't do it, because of course.
Yeah. Well, good thing.
Yeah,
at least there's some sense of, humanity left in her.
Yep.
Of course it does eventually go off.
Yeah, well.
Oof.
Yep, yeah. Yeah, because they're in the dual plug unit 13. And there's like an invisible barrier between them because
reasons.
Angels. Because Kaoru was surprised. He was the first angel, now he's the 13th, and then the collar, then he explodes.
Yep.
Right in front of Shinji.
Yep. Kaoru takes the collar off of Shinji.
Yep.
As part of a, help him out.
Yep.
And puts it on himself. Apparently, like, it was always supposed to wear it or something like that. I don't know.
I'm just sitting there like, why did you do that?
It's all part of the plan.
I don't know.
Remember, like layers upon layers.
Throwing it away, but that's just me. Just throw it away. No one's head has to blow up.
Well, who knows? Who knows? With how all the angel thing works, maybe his head needed to blow up. Maybe that was part of the whole process.
Yeah, because that was the way Kaoru was like. There's the whole thing that he was actually like one of the few people in Shinji's life who was actually actively helping him. Mm-hmm. Like even people who meant well by him, like still weren't super helpful. Like let's be real, Masato was not in a place to be able to help him
at all.
But like he was,
yeah.
And there's the whole thing there. There's definitely much there's an undercurrent of gay throughout their whole thing, which a lot of people picked up on. Which makes it just really annoying that one of them dies.
Yeah,
because of course can't actually follow through because can't have that.
Can't have that.
Yeah, it was
bury our gays.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Kyaru is this whole thing there. Just as we've seen before, like, he's definitely not human. With the first two movies made that pretty clear. He's pretty much not human. And this
what do
really
you
confirms
mean?
it.
Humans can just live on the moon.
Anyway, he pretty much confirmed. Yeah, he's an angel. I mean, there's a whole thing too when they went down that Shinji needs a protective hazard suit, and he's just
Yeah, he's just walking fine.
Shinji didn't ask questions about this.
Yep.
He's just too enamored with Kyaru right now to ask these questions, I guess. Yeah, that was the other thing. He was an angel the whole time, and then he blew up.
Can't believe his head just exploded like that.
And again, they had the whole thing. That was the whole thing. They're supposed to go get 2 spears, and then the Kyaru was just kind of sitting there because those are not supposed to be the same. They're supposed to be 2 different. Why are they the same? I don't. What's going on? He's like, everything about this is everything. This is wrong. This is not how it's supposed to be. And then
Yep.
Then they pulled out the spears, and then
Shinji does it anyway.
And now this Eva has 4 arms and
yep. It has
awoken
and starts the impact.
Yeah. And Lilith explodes.
Yep. I remember the I guess equivalent from the series. There was just the one. There was just the one spear in Lilith down at the bottom of Central Dogma. And they pull it. And it starts regrowing. Because they needed the staff for something else. To deal with another angel.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a callback to that, but very different.
Sure.
Well, I mean, Asuka didn't get stuck in the head with it afterwards, so yes.
But the thing is, you get this big old final climactic battle with the multiple Eva units fighting each other, and it just was weird because, it just feels like we need to have our big climax, big battle thing, and
it felt like an excuse to show off special effects and fight scenes.
Yeah, because
that's what it felt like. Is we want
also because
big
our
stuff.
audience was going or expects this.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big fight scenes, and the story is just kind of there to get us to more fights, more special effects.
Yeah, because what's interesting about this one, for something called Evangelion, there's really not a lot of Eva units going on for most of the movie, actually.
Yeah, until the last minute, and then
the first part and the last part.
Yeah,
it almost feels like we have to have one because.
It's in the movie. Name of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah, but beyond that, it's just I don't know. Also, there are some weird. I'm not sure if some of the subtitle dialogue is kind of a little off sometimes.
Yeah, the movie's got 2 different options, and I'm not entirely certain what the Blu-ray does.
On top of that, it's well known that
there was
Card
changes made.
Did force a lot of weird changes onto Funimation, and then. People didn't like those weird changes. Apparently, people who saw the original translation say that the original translation was better.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Because that was it was the only time it was shown, I believe, was at a convention, and that was literally the only time the original translation was there. And then it was supposed to be coming out real soon, and then it just didn't because Kara stepped in, forced Funimation to make some significant changes to the translation, and then people were like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, and it's hard to give an opinion on those changes without having seen them.
Yeah, but...
Because, the opinions of random people on the internet are trustworthy.
Of course, but especially weebs.
Right? Especially those podcaster people.
Yeah. Yeah, so the movie ends with, you got Shinji, Asuka, and Rei, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, that's one thing. We see the clone Rei here, this reverts back to the Rei, from the series in a sense of, really just
blank.
Not a personality,
slate.
just blank. Just waiting for orders.
Yep. Like a robot.
And then her go, I'm not Rei? No. Yeah, her having her weird clone identity crisis, and I'm not Rei, then who am I? And at one point, Asuka's Rei's like, what would Rei and Ayanami do? And Asuka's, forget that. What would you do?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing right of itself. So yeah, it's this. We see this clone of Rei when just kind of realize I don't have to be Rei. And that's how the movie kind of ends.
You're Rei now, and it's your turn to decide what that means.
Yeah, it's that's kind of how the movie ends. Is that it's just these the 3 original. Oh, I guess Marie's there too. Maybe. I'm saying, is she? No, wait.
And now I'm trying to remember if she was there or not.
Did
she
she get
should
away?
have been.
Because she basically tackled Eva Unit 13 and
Yeah.
then yeah, I don't know what actually happened to her after that. She wasn't there at the final bit, but yeah, the original 3 were definitely there in this place where like we can't contact them, so we got to get out of here.
Yeah, was it the
walking.
L containment field that this hotel showed?
Well, that's the other thing was the Wunder is actually basically a big Eva because like the bridge just goes into a
it's a giant plug.
Yeah, it's like that's interesting.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's
I guess it makes
using Unit 01 as its power source.
Yeah.
So
the whole thing they tried to attack that too, and Rey was attacking that, and then it turns out that whole thing it was like Gendo's like that's exactly what I wanted. And it's because undermining Sele and Sealy. I think they changed the pronunciation.
Sealy. Yeah.
Also, yeah, that's the other thing is like, they're not people remotely. Those they're just locally stored consciousnesses, and they pulled the plug.
Yeah. Pulled the life support.
All right.
But apparently that's okay with them.
They're like, yeah, that's we got what we wanted. Man.
It's just all over the place. I think that's just my biggest issue with this is things just started going all over the place really quickly with very little like lead up. It's no, and this happened and this happened and this happened. Okay, we're done.
Bye.
It's like
see you next time. We'll get that done soon.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So I'm just
yeah. It looks pretty, but maybe a bit too much, and everything else is just kind of hard to parse.
Also, a lot more guitars than usual.
Oh yeah,
with the music.
Yeah,
like really just heavy guitars in this one. It's like it sounds cool. It's also just, but yeah, it's just. I think the big thing is I like the Shinji Kaoru like real focus there. Actually, that works really well. I feel.
Yeah.
But the two end caps to that just are really fast and just kind of confusing, and lots of things are just very either poorly explained or overly explained depending what part you're looking at.
Yeah. It's just all over the place in multiple different ways. It's all over the place.
So that's the weird one. So yeah, I think so this was the internet was a little right, like that. Yes, this is the weakest one, but also I think it's not terrible.
Right, there's definitely worse.
There's definitely redeeming value to this, and it's not like a completely unwatchable trash fire or anything. It is just, it's just kind of a weak movie.
Yeah.
Also, on someone to wonder how many people were upset because they picked up on the homoeroticism between Kaoru and Shinji and got mad about that.
I think I'm mad about that last time too.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how many people got mad about it, and then the movie's trash because it's gay.
Maybe.
Because again, weebs are not often not the most accepting people because how dare the gay is woke and Westerners are forced in Japan to be woke, and it's like, are you stupid?
Yes, they are. I mean,
because like
this is not in question.
Never mind. It's like I don't want to get into this. It's like gay people exist in Japan for a very long time. You idiot.
Yeah,
it's not like some sort of new concept that was introduced to Japan by the West. Like 2 years ago or something like that.
That's just
I'm still in love with the villainous. I'm in love with the villainous. It's like, what? My gay enemy is gay? How dare you? It's like, I don't know. Any which way, I think generally there's still something good to there's still stuff you can get from this movie, but like it is a mess in many ways, and not a complete mess, but definitely messy and definitely lesser than the previous two.
Yeah. I think I like the saying it's hard to parse.
Yeah.
It's hard to parse because of how much of a mess it is.
Yeah, it's a weird, messy one. I'm not sure if this was just necessary for the setup because I've heard really good things about the fourth one.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully it redeems the mess of this one.
Yeah. And there's the things that you really need to do with the fourth one. Like, I think Marie definitely needs actual relevant screen time.
Right.
If you're going to introduce another character like this, do something with her.
Instead of just be there for late sniper shots.
Yeah. Asuka. Apparently, it's clear Asuka and Marie have bonded to a degree, but like we don't see that. We don't really get that, at least not in this movie. I'm not sure if we get more of that because I know there's a side thing.
Maybe.
I think it's on the it's on the Blu-ray. There's like an extra thing we probably could watch or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's like
something that goes over the 14 years.
Yeah, perhaps. It's a manga, I see. Prequel manga, there's an Evangelion 3.0 minus 120 minutes. Prequel manga takes place approximately 2 hours before the movie starts. Okay, yeah, so there's something there, but the manga and a
yeah,
side
if it's
story.
only 2 hours before the movie starts, then it's not going to really explain the relationship.
There's also there's another extra thing we didn't actually watch in the Blu-ray. Should have, but there's an extra little 11-minute thing, but it looks like it's just another side character.
Another side character. You haven't even explained the main characters.
So there we go, I guess. Not much else to say, I don't think. Not right now.
Not right now. I mean, we're just going to keep going back to it's a mess.
Yep. Over and over again.
It's a mess.
How many ways can we say that?
It's a mess.
Messy, but there's still something good in it.
Yep.
So,
there's some gems, but it definitely it
could have been better.
I wouldn't even call it diamond in the rough. It's not that good.
That's not quite the right phrase here. So
yeah,
that's it for this episode.
Yeah,
I hope you liked it, and if you did, you can check out other episodes new to weeaboo.libsyn.com. It's spelled LIBSYN. If you want to go there, subscribe to the RSS feed and all that stuff. You could also find us on things like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Podcasts, assuming those are all still functioning. Again, Google Podcasts, I think, is supposed to end soonish. I just don't remember when. It's still active now. But anyway, search for New to Weeaboo on any of those and subscribe via those methods if you want, and keep up as we release new episodes. You can also email us if you want, newtoweeaboo@gmail.com. If you ask us questions or criticisms or anime recommendations, what have you. You can also follow our various social media. It's all on newtoweeaboo.libsyn.com/contact. They'll be all listed there. You can follow from there as you want, and of course follow our personals. They're going to be there. You won't be difficult to find.
Right.
So that should be it for this one. Join us for the final episode of the year. That'll be next time in late December, and we'll be talking about, of course, the fourth Evangelion movie, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, or Shin Evangelion movie, I. Well, actually, it looks like the repeat symbol. Yeah, it looks like the repeat symbol, actually, from music. Is that what that's supposed to be? Oh. So, yeah, we'll be talking about that next time. And we'll see how this whole rebuild thing went as a whole. So we'll see you then. Until then, have a happy holidays, all that stuff. Keep yourself warm, and there you go.
Yep. See ya.
Goodbye.